Hello everyone, and welcome to another payroll how-to video. In today's video, we're going over some of the new functionality and how to use our report writer. So from your payroll portal, you'll go ahead and click on the reporting module. And just to give you some background, even though we give all of our clients access to a number of standard reports, we recognize that ultimately every business is different. And as a result, chances are at some point or another, you'll have some unique reporting needs. And that's where a custom report will come in. Fortunately for you, they're super easy to create and run. So we'll click on the Report Writer tab at the top of the page, and then click the button that says New Report. At this point in time, it's important to consider what type of information you need in your report. Your report type will select which type of data you can run. So if you need a refresher, just click to view report type details, and you can review all of the report types and the information that's included with each one. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and select a payroll analysis report and then click OK. Once you've selected your report type, you'll be taken to the actual report writer. Once you're here, there's a few important things to keep in mind. First, any text that's in blue can be clicked on and changed. So, for example, you'll notice in the filters selection, it defaults to have all of the filters that you have created apply to your report. However, you could change this. If you click on all, you can change to have any, none, or not at all of the filters apply. Similarly, the payroll analysis report will default to apply to your last check date, but you could click on this to change to any number of date ranges, including a custom period. Next, any triangles that you see in the column chooser are actually drop-down menus. So if you click on them, more data will populate. And then last but not least, just keep in mind as you're building your report that pretty much any information that's been entered into the payroll system can be included in your report. So if you need a refresher on what types of information you can run a report for, feel free to just take a look through your employee management or HRIS administration modules. So now let's start building our report. You'll notice we already have employee ID, last name, and first name as columns on our report. You can actually click and drag these to change the order of any of the columns. Or if you want, you could filter by selecting a column and dragging it under report results, and it'll filter by that column. So before we get started, let's add a few other pieces of employee information. So from our column chooser, let's also add email address. And then let's say I also want to add department because ultimately I want to group this information by department. You just check the boxes next to those columns. And then that's all of the employee information I need. So I'm going to go ahead and close that section after that. Once we're done with that, I'm going to add some payment information. So if I need to add, let's say regular hours, overtime hours, and commission, those are all earning codes. So I'll click under the earnings dropdown and select the earning codes that I want to add. For regular, you have the option of adding hours, job codes, amounts, etc. But I'm going to choose regular hours. And let's say for overtime, I'm going to do the same. After that, all that's left is to add in commissions. And for that one, I'm going to add in commission amounts because we don't really do them by hours here. After that, let's say I want to add gross wages. Now, since that's not an earning code or a deduction code or anything like that, it's actually going to be under payment information. So if you click that drop down, we'll just go down to gross pay and add that to our report as well. Now I have all of the columns that I want for my report, so it's time to add a filter. Let's say I want to exclude a particular department from my report. You'll click Add New Condition, click on Employee Information, Basic Data, and then I'm going to scroll down to Department. And where it says Contains, I'll click to change that to Is Not Equal To, and then select the department that I want to exclude from my report. With any of these filters, you can always toggle them on and off by clicking the circle icon, and they'll gray out when they're toggled off. Or if you no longer want to have that filter at all, you can click the X to delete it. Once you're happy with your report, you can choose how you want to filter it. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to filter by department and then review it. For me, this is good to go. And then export to Excel or PDF. If you want to come back to your report later, go ahead and click Save as New Report and enter a report name. Then click OK. This is automatically going to save to your Report Writer tab so that in the future, when you go to the reporting module and then click on Report Writer, you can just pull this report from your folder of saved reports. So for me, this is going to auto-populate right here, Kelly Custom Report. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up or like it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to your team. We hope that you enjoy your report writer functionality and building your own custom reports. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.